Hey everyone, I just wanted to record this video really quickly. We just had our Meta panel today at Near East University here in Cyprus. And so next week, we're going to actually do a new product. And I want to explain how this works so that everyone can be very clear on it. And if you watch that presentation, you should listen to Mr. Douglas Anderson when he shares another project that he did that had a crypto component involved. And I'll share that after I go over the details here, but I want everybody to understand what this product is and how it works. I know we had a call and there was some confusion, so I'm going to see if I can clear that up for everyone. Okay, so we call this a Italy convertible CPU node. It's going to be distinct in that the actual NFT that gets transferred to your wallet is a different NFT than the one we're using for the Miracle Pay CPU node. The reason we're keeping that different is because it gives you the right to convert those CPU nodes to actual shares. So it could be that it goes to bonds, to shares, but it could also be that it goes directly to shares of Meta as a sort of a stock option, a future stock option. But what you are purchasing is actually Miracle Pay CPU nodes with a different looking NFT. And so that those nodes are then a way for you to actually capture these Meta shares at a sort of locked in value. And we are going to look at how that dollar works in relationship to this so that you do get a very good entry price. And we don't have the exact formula yet. That's why we can't say, okay, it's going to be this or that, because we don't have the formula yet. But we saw that number one, back when we did the Italy NFTs, there's an inventory of those that never were sold. So we said, okay, well, let's give everyone now who's in Bellator the opportunity to be part of this as owners. So shares, obviously, in a public company is a piece of ownership of that company. And that ownership reflects in everything the company does for all time. So it gives you the most reach and the most leverage from any of the other ways that you can be involved through Bellator in Miracle Pay and in Miracle Technologies, and of course, Meta. The other part of this is it is a Miracle Pay CPU node. It has the same math, it has the same rules, nothing changes there. So if for some reason, after when you have these, you decide, well, I want to keep my nodes. I don't want to convert. Then you have that right. So you know what you're getting as far as the Miracle Pay side, Miracle Pay CPU node, because they are the same as the other ones. So in that you have some safety, security. Say if you don't like the deal that is offered on the shares side, you can simply stay with the nodes. And, people are saying, well, why are you doing this? And can we convert the ones we have? And no, this is a promotion. And the reason we're doing it this way now is because it's much easier for us to give you an option for a future conversion than it is to set up a share pre-sale. So it just gives everyone that option to get in. It gives us also a way to do it without it having to be as complex as it would be if we went straight to a sort of stock option. Okay, so what are we doing now? So the rules are, first of all, yes, we're scheduled for November. They're talking about there could be some things that pushes us to late November, early December. But it is a target for us to do and complete what we would call a reverse merger with the Metaterra Corporation, where Metaterra absorbs Miracle Technologies and its 22 companies, it could be 23 or 24 companies now, into it, and we at that point become Metaterra. The nodes are going to pay out. Like I said, it's all the same. I don't really have to explain that because if you know Miracle Pay CPU nodes, then you know these Italy convertible CPU nodes. It's the same thing. There's just one feature. You have the right to use those. And the way that you would do that is that every node that we have is attached to an NFT. If you have the NFT, you have the node. So then you will have then the option to actually send those nodes back. Those NFTs get sent to our wallet, and then in return, you would get the way that it's going to be done is I can't really comment on it because I don't know the move there, but it will be a way for you to actually relinquish those nodes back to us and then obtain shares of Metaterra in the future. This will be the only way to get involved before it goes onto the market. Once it goes onto the market, you actually just have to buy shares in the market, and whatever those shares are priced at, that's where you would buy the shares. So no other option to be able to leverage your way into shares with an upside, high upside potential. Once we're in the market, then you have to go in and get the shares through the market. Okay, so how are we doing this? Minimum on these are 5,000. So you buy one package, 5,000. That gives you 9 bonus nodes. And then we call this a bonus plus node. So then 1 plus 9 is 10 plus 2 is 12. For $5,000, you get 12 nodes. Here you're going to, in the packages, you will enjoy some bonus plus nodes as your package increases of how much you decide to purchase with. So on $15,000, there's 3, of course. And then that math is the same, so 27. And here there's a bump of 5 bonus plus nodes for a total of 35. 25,000 starts with your 5 nodes, and then you have the 45 bonus nodes and 10 bonus plus nodes for a total of 60. And the 50,000 pack is 10 convertible nodes, 90 bonus nodes, and then 20 bonus plus nodes for a total of 120. And the $100,000 package is the 20 convertible nodes. Then you have your bonus nodes, 180, plus your bonus plus nodes that totals 240. What needs to be returned is the 20 convertible nodes and the 180 bonus nodes. However, if you have the $100,000 pack, you actually get to keep those 40 bonus plus nodes. So those don't have to be returned, and that's an incentive that we're giving for people who are buying bigger packs. So you have these incentive nodes that you actually get to keep. You do not have to return those in the deal or in the conversion that you will be able to do. So we have to sort of have some kind of rule here, of course, because we need to look at the package, and it could be a rule that if you do decide to do the conversion, you have to do the full conversion on the 100,000 pack. So we're looking to get all of these relinquished. So that's 200 in the $100,000 pack, and then there's 100 in the 50, so on and so forth. We're giving it a 12-month. This is why there was confusion, is that we're actually giving a 12-month window to execute, to actually do this conversion back. So in that time frame, you have to actually finalize that. If you go past that date, you get basically you'll stay with the nodes and you won't have the opportunity to convert into shares. This is just the sort of agreement that we put out. So exchange for equity before October 2026. This is why there was a typo there. We are doing the reverse mergers planned for 2025, November. And then we're looking to publish that conversion rate by December 2025. Now, what's really exciting about this, and I'll wrap this up with this note. If you do listen to the Metaterra panel today from North Cyprus, you would hear Douglas kind of talk about, about a couple of years ago, and this is really interesting, is that we were pushing to go public a couple of years ago, and there was a lot of disappointment out there because it hadn't happened. There was some frustration, and everybody just really wanted it to happen, and us included. We've been pushing for timelines to happen, and now that I look at what's happening, we all have that desire to succeed now. We have the desire to realize the maturity of our investment in Miracle Technologies, and to get those results to happen. But looking at really what's happened in the industry over the last 3 years, had we gone forward before now, there's a lot of things that wouldn't be possible, a lot of things that would have happened, and it would have been more of a fight after going public to increase and to have the value of a company grow exponentially in a fast manner. One of those reasons is Wall Street hasn't been hungry for this industry until now. And Doug did mention a couple of numbers. It was some really insane increase in transactional volume, and it's gone from 1 billion to 50 billion in the last few years. But what he said is that he put together a kind of a crypto trading technology, and he said that it wasn't that sophisticated. He said it was kind of like they threw it together, and they took the company public at $1. And within the first few hours, that dollar price went from $1 to $20 the first day, and then continued to push up and reached as high as $67. So that's 67 times the opening price of the shares. So, and it was not that, so the company was really not much of a company. It was not that sophisticated. Technology wasn't particularly advanced or proprietary, and so it wasn't because of the company. It was because Wall Street wants to put their money into crypto companies. And so when I heard that, immediately I thought, wow. First of all, the team that Doug has put here into this company tells the world, and it's not just put, Some of it is, yes, he has a lot of influence with these board of directors that he's brought, but me having conversations with each one of them, they're here not only because of him, or maybe they showed up because of him, but that what they're all individually have this really high confidence and a high expectation of what we can accomplish as a company. So, so you take a whatever company, because it was crypto, it went from $1 a share at launch to 67. It topped up at 67 and it came back. But that's a sign of how hungry and how uh, the market is looking and wanting to invest into crypto companies as shares, not just tokens in the market. Tokens we know are very volatile. You can buy a token, today and it could drop by 50% tomorrow. It can also gain 50%. We've seen Phoenix, which was the all-time low at 0.0001. Now it's 0.004. That's, I believe, 300% increase in the last, 4 or 5 months. That's an insane number in the stock market. So there's definitely a strong demand to place money in a crypto company that has some substance and that has technology and obviously has the team that we have. So we could say, and we have to look at how many shares we're going to float. We're going to look at what price each share is going to be at this initial public sort of introduction. I don't know, it's called the initial public offering. It's when you actually have a new corporation, but because we're doing a merger, it'll be a little bit different. But so we could say, have that same story, or we should possibly have a story like that. Um, None of this, again, is financial advice. I'm just speaking through what happened with that and what we're doing and how that can impact what happens for us when we actually open up and allow the market out there, all the investors out there, to actually get into Metaterra at an early stage. Could we see that kind of action? Well, we're better. We are so much more than that company. That company was simply technology with no revenue, is what Douglas was saying, or very little revenue if they had revenue. And we have these massive contracts. We have all of this stuff that's going on, plus an incredible team. So I am absolutely super excited about November, and I think everyone of you should be excited about it. And if you're Bellator and you were not part of cash flow and you haven't been able to actually be a shareholder, then this is your opportunity not only to be a shareholder but also to be able to offer that option to the people that you're talking to about the company. I would say anyone who's a serious in tech, serious in crypto, serious in the market, like the stock market, and has experience from the past, show them the panel, explain to them, what we are doing as a company and the contracts we have. And I can't see anyone with a sound mind and a clever approach to investing would not be interested in what we're doing. So we are just absolutely excited. I had something on my mind that I wanted to close with, but Phoenix done really well. Mirix is trending on X today as #2 in Turkey. So there's a lot of great things going on, and there's a tremendous amount of marketing and PR that's coming. We're always coming out with some very exciting news. Every other day there's something really big. I just heard about the platform that we're contracted with one of the biggest merchants platforms in the world. They have agreed to, because of everything that's going on, now they want to actually be releasing and doing advertising and PR together with us. So that's going to be absolutely powerful, and that's coming very, very soon. So look for all of this to be reflected in our tokens and in the growth of your teams in Bellator. And so we are doing absolutely, absolutely fantastic, and the future is bright. So thank you everyone for taking the time, and we'll get the Italy CPU convertible CPU out in the back office packs in the next 24 to 48 hours. So thank you so much.